we are mildly interesting guys, and we talk about some stuff. So welcome to the podcast, we call it Joel the Podcast. It's Alex and it's Alex, here for Joel the Podcast. Hello everybody, I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And this is our podcast,
Joel. Oh, you have to say Joel
What?
with us too.
Oh, gosh, seriously?
No, but this is going to be kind of funny at the beginning now.
If you want me to say things, you gotta tell me.
Right, I forgot about that part. We've only done
Welcome
this 37 other times. How could I have remembered?
No, 38 because of the lost episode.
That's some good podcast trivia. I bet
Yeah.
you know about the lost episode, right? That's a loyal listener.
An avid listener. So, so welcome to episode 38, everybody. We're very excited to welcome Shelby back to our podcast as our first returning guest.
Yeah. And this was totally like optional on her part. Like she could have just said no, but she didn't. And that seems like a good sign, I think.
I would say if there's one indication that your relationship will last, it's that she's been on this podcast 2 times. So, all right. So welcome to Joel the Podcast Quarantine Edition. We
I haven't left my house in about 6 months at this point.
No, future historians were here on the very beginning of the coronavirus outbreak.
Right.
Well,
What?
not quite.
I mean, it's been going on for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just become serious.
Yeah.
And
You can say that.
I expect it to go on for at least several months. So, or several years, I mean. So,
Right.
so this is like the very beginning compared to how the full course of the disease.
Gotcha.
Obviously, because I know the future. So, if I were from the future, which I am, all right. Okay, so episode 38. I wanted to alert everyone to the fact that Nathan does not owe me $1, and I do not owe him $1.
Well, we might be able to discuss that in this very episode.
All right,
because
well, let's do
our
it,
sports
because
update is that all sports are canceled.
there are no sports.
They're all done.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the players were getting coronavirus and they didn't like that.
What? Yes.
I think in a true embodiment of what this country's response to coronavirus is about, Rudy Gobert, 2 days before he was confirmed to have coronavirus, was treating it very lightly and as a joke,
I saw that.
touched all the microphones at his press conference.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then was confirmed to be the first NBA player with coronavirus
Oof.
2 days later. So yeah, NBA was the first to go, and they all fell in line quickly after that.
Mm-hmm.
But as a result, yesterday would have been Selection Sunday. No Selection Sunday, and no tournament for Purdue to not make the Sweet 16 in, or make it. We will never know whether they would have made it or not.
I'm pretty confident that they wouldn't have, but
Yeah, but you don't know that.
I don't know that. They could have gone on a tear through the Big Ten tournament. That was still a possibility. Pretty much the only possibility, I think.
Yes, I agree.
So let's I assume that you are not going to concede that since the tournament didn't happen, Purdue didn't make it to the Sweet 16, and therefore you owe me $1.
Yeah, I'm not going to concede that, obviously. I think the outbreak of a deadly pandemic and the tournament getting canceled should be a reason enough for the bet to be off, since it didn't have the chance to fully run its course. I need to talk more because you're eating, so...
Right. So, okay, well, my immediate response to that is I think we need to play the tapes and figure out exactly what the wording of the bet was.
You're putting me in a bad position here because I will say this. By the precise wording of the bet, you are exactly right.
There you go.
That indeed, I should owe you $1 because Purdue didn't make the Sweet 16. However, I think it's unreasonable of you to try and claim that $1 or that you were more right than I was because of the extenuating circumstances that prevented me from even being possible for me to be right.
Well, surely you knew the risks when you made the bet.
Surely I did not know that there would be a global pandemic that would cancel the NCAA tournament.
All right.
I mean, I guess technically I knew that it was a possible... No, I don't think I would have ever considered that to be possible. Imagine if 1 month ago when we made this bet, you would have said, I'll bet you $1 Purdue doesn't make the Sweet 16, and also, if there's a global pandemic and the tournament is canceled, you owe me another $1. I would have laughed at you and totally agreed, so...
And then I would have made $2 instead of the $1 that I feel I'm rightly owed.
Right.
So I think there's only one fair and unbiased way to settle this, and that is to turn to our neutral adjudicator, Shelby, here with us on the podcast. Does Alex owe me $1?
She's eating, so you asked her at a very good time.
I was eating a taco. Let's see. I think Alex makes a fair point that the circumstances of the bet were not made possible to play out, because this tournament's not happening.
Right.
It's not like Purdue had a shot at getting in the tournament and then failed. There just was no opportunity for anybody. So I guess with that in mind, I would say that Alex does not owe you $1.
Well, there you have it, folks.
With that in mind, I think we need to turn to our only fair and impartial adjudicator. David, I know you're listening to this. Please email us and let us know if Alex owes me $1.
I think you're being completely unreasonable. The fair adjudicator that you yourself appointed said that I do not owe you $1.
But she didn't agree with me, and I'm right.
David, if you're listening, we will take your opinion into account. We're happy to receive an email, but I'm not going to owe him $1 because the adjudicator said so. So...
You screwed me out of $1, Shelby.
This is basic logic, my friend.
Basic logic says that we made a bet, and the thing that I bet was going to happen happened, and the thing that Alex bet was going to happen didn't happen.
Your argument, while it logically follows, lacks something very important, which is common sense.
I disagree with that assessment. I think only common sense is applied in my argument. I think your argument appeals to emotions and
that's
they did not fail or not fail to get into the tournament.
When you make a bet,
did not exist.
Exactly. When you make a bet, there's an understanding that there are, Purdue will have the opportunity to make the Sweet 16, and they will either succeed or fail. And they did not succeed or fail. They did not have the opportunity. Mm-hmm. So while you're, by strictly interpreting the words of the bet, you're technically right, common sense will tell you that it doesn't make sense to, continue with this bet. So we need to move on. So if you're listening and you have a strong opinion on this, please email us, and please blast Nathan for how wrong he is in saying that his argument is only common sense. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard all night. So, all right, let's move on. So, what we have today is a little game show at the suggestion of Cephalopod Master / Maelstrom 1997 / David.
Shelby didn't realize that all of those things were referring to David.
Right.
She gave me.
I mean, that's
weird look.
understandable. It's a very weird collection of names.
Yeah. So our good friend Cephalopod Master. Yeah. So for the record, Cephalopod Master, I am not judging your name. Shelby is, and you should definitely take that into account when you decide how this bet should be settled.
I was not judging the name. I was just confused as to who that would be because my understanding was that it was David, and you said Cephalopod Master instead of David. So, I did not understand.
Judgmentally.
No.
Let me say this, David. I think it's that in sending your email to resolve this or weigh in on this dispute.
No.
As it's already been resolved.
That's not true.
It has. If you're about to chastise Nathan, I think that it would be an appropriate use of "you are dumbasses" in the subject line, not "I'm a dumbass."
I think I inhaled a bit of taco. I think either way he is entitled to the subject line "You are a dumbass" because
You good there?
I think I got it.
All right.
Do you have coronavirus?
No, maybe.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Nope.
Coronavirus, my understanding is that it is a wet cough. And that
I thought it was a dry cough.
Is it a dry? Oh, shoot. I think I flipped it around. I'm sorry. I've been misinformation. I apologize to everyone. I will run away now.
Okay, bye.
All right. See ya. All right. So anyway, at David's suggestion, we will be doing a game show called, what is it called again?
The 5-second rule.
The 5-second rule. If you've never heard of it before, go look it up on YouTube. But the basic idea is that one person will, I guess they normally do it with 2 people, so we'll have to discuss how to do it with 3 people. But normally one person would get I guess we just go one at a time.
Yeah.
One person gets a category, and they have 5 seconds to name 3 things in that category. And on the show, at least, people tend to be blank on some very obvious topics.
My backpack.
So it's amusing.
Bring it over here.
Okay.
My paper is in my backpack.
Okay.
Thanks.
Right. So in preparation, Nathan and I came up with hopefully 20. That was what we agreed upon.
I came up with 21. And
man.
I intended to come up with a bunch more because I assumed that the first 20 things I came up with would not be the best 20 ideas. But once I had these down on paper, I thought, man, it is not possible to do any better than this.
Right.
Somehow,
so we have 20.
My first
20 categories.
20 thoughts were literally the best 20 thoughts.
We each have 20 categories. And, you didn't hear that. That's a real shame.
No, Shelby pulled the earbud out of my ear.
Not on purpose. You are the one
In retribution
with the
for me
backpack.
not accepting her judgment, which is
Right.
in no way binding.
So we we had 20 categories, and
I don't know if you should read them in advance.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really trying
Right.
to read them.
I suppose maybe
So
you
Your
should.
handwriting is quite small.
Right.
So.
I don't know how Shelby did not prepare any because I didn't want to make our guests do extra work on our behalf.
right.
So, while I'm excited to have her participate, she didn't prepare 20 things like we did, so I'm not
Okay.
sure how we want to handle this.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, obviously, I think we can split them evenly if we each ask Shelby. Let's see, we have 40 of them, so that 13. So if we each ask if you ask Shelby 6 and I ask Shelby 7, and then I ask you my remaining 13 and you ask me your remaining 14, then we would each get 13.
Okay.
Except for
And I will let Shelby ask several of mine to you.
Oh yeah, Shelby should ask some. Yeah, that's a good point.
That way
Yeah.
It seems
You should
more
write
fun.
some on. You should write some for her to ask me on a separate piece of paper, so she doesn't see the other
see
categories.
all the other ones? Or would you, yeah, you
while
could
she's
just
reading
fold
them.
it.
Or you could just fold it. That's much better.
He's folding it as we were
so
discussing.
these ones will be Shelby's. Those
Right.
ones. Wait, you said 13 though,
Mhm.
or 6 or something.
You said 6.
Yeah, you should
One,
ask 6
two,
to Shelby
three,
and
four.
You
14 to
asking me
me.
6.
5, 6.
And
All
then,
right. So these 6. These 6 are for Shelby.
mhm.
Oh, actually, these 6 are for Shelby because one of them I wrote specifically to ask to you,
To
Excellent.
me or to Alex?
to Alex.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because actually, it might be funny if you answer this also. I'm gonna ask this one to her. Never mind.
Okay.
I think she's funnier than you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So
I have an idea of what one you're gonna ask her because I think I wrote down something similar. So,
Oh, okay.
I bet you did.
but I'll ask it of you since you're gonna ask yours to her.
Right. The other thing that we need to consider quickly is how we are going to handle the time. I think it's pretty obvious based on our track record that I'm definitely not going to be like editing a timer into this video.
Right. I think I'm just gonna start a timer on my phone, and since I'm recording on my phone, it will definitely be audible. So
Oh. Okay.
there may be some kind of delay. You guys said the same thing at the same time.
You said okay at the same time, and Alex appreciated that.
I understand.
There may be some delay in you hearing the timer over on your end, so you guys may get some extra time. So if I lose, that's the real reason. All right.
All right. So
All right.
who's starting?
So
I want to go on record right before we begin, while I'm in this like hyped up mood. I think this is going to be very easy.
I agree. I actually agree.
So
Okay.
As I was writing these, I'm like, no one's not gonna get 3 of these, right? Like, I have maybe 2 categories where I think it might be somewhat difficult. But
right. I tried to write a few of mine to make it a little bit more challenging, but there are some of them that it's not going to be difficult at all, I think.
Right.
So
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's begin. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go
I will
first?
go first, having made that bold claim.
All right. So you're asking to me or to Shelby?
I am going to start by asking Shelby.
Okay.
In 5 seconds, please name 3 things that you can eat 100 of in one sitting.
Like me personally, or like a person?
Just in
I'm
theory.
so confused. That could be anything.
Is this
Time's
part
up.
of
What? Like you can eat 100 and you don't die, or you can eat 100 and you like will be fine. Just getting up. What does
I
that
think
mean?
I think you could have interpreted it however you wanted, and just rolled with it. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
so
There is still 12 other chances.
I
for
think
you
that
to
was a
do
poorly
better.
chosen thing.
All right, here we go. I guess that
contest
brings
that.
up. That's a good
Ouch.
first one to get because it brings up something which is, you can't. There's no time to ask for clarifications at all.
You just need
So
to...
it's better. It's better to just say 3 things and then afterwards argue that you said 3 valid things. than to.
I think it needs to be said that that was not a good premise.
All right,
I'm hurt.
it's noted.
I worked
All right.
real hard on these guys.
On the first one?
All right, I'm gonna read you one now, Nathan.
Especially on the first one.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Here you go. In 5 seconds, name 3 car brands.
Chrysler, Chevy, Dodge.
Good job. All right, you have 1 point.
Excellent. It's 1 to 0 to
Also
undetermined
0.
yet. Still 0. You
Yes.
haven't been asked one. All right, so I already forgot how the math works. Does Shelby need to ask you all of these, or...
She needs to ask me. Well, I guess because you guys are splitting yours, you can do half and half or however you want to do it. But The bottom line is I'll be asking more than each of you. So
True. All right, well then, Shelby, you can pick one from my list to ask Alex.
Okay.
Because these are all for Alex. So you can, any of them will be
Okay.
acceptable. And I will cross it out with a pen. I assume you can read my excellent handwriting.
I can.
That's not a joke. I have good
Oh,
handwriting.
okay.
It's
you
just
do not
small.
have good handwriting.
See,
I can.
that's the joke.
Okay. So, Alex, I need you to name, is it 3 things?
3 things in 5
Okay.
seconds.
3 small kitchen appliances.
You the hand mixer. I got nothing. Time's up.
That was actually pretty good.
I'm glad that was entertaining because now I feel bad. I can't think of a single other one. Toaster oven, microwave. All right.
There you go. Only took him 20
Really,
seconds.
I was just enjoying that you automatically did the motion that none of the listeners
Yeah, I guess
can
I guess
see
our
for the hand
podcast audience
mixer.
can't really see that, but I did moved my hand in a circular motion as if I were mixing something with hand mixer.
Right.
All right. So I'll ask Shelby one now.
Okay.
Since you just did last time.
Yep.
All right, Shelby. In 5 seconds, name 3 European countries.
Spain, Italy, France.
Easy. All right. I can see that I am going to lose this game.
I'll keep score here. Shelby has 1 point. Nathan has 1 point. Alex does not have any points yet.
All right. Ready, Nathan? I'm going to ask you one now.
All right, I am ready.
All right. In 5 seconds, name 3 of the original 13 U.S. colonies.
Delaware, Massachusetts, and Maine.
Oh.
Was Maine
I'll
a colony?
Give it to you. It was pretty close. Oh, Maine. Wait, was Maine an original colony? I don't think
I
it
cannot
was.
confirm any of these things. It has been such a long time since
I'll look
I
it
have
up.
needed to know
All
the
right.
13 original colonies. Really,
I feel like it was, right? Like the
The only-
Northeast is
I
the
don't know.
colonies.
I really could not.
I should
tell
have
you.
just said New York. That was the...
Maine
Pennsylvania
was
or something.
not. a
No!
Oh shoot!
All right, well... I'd rather lose like that than
Just have nothing.
like this.
Then, yeah, he's making the hand motion for the mixer again. So
Yeah.
I can see that I'm not going to live this game anytime soon.
We totally should
All
have
right.
bet $1 on this. All right,
We
Shelby, I'm going to ask you another
Mm-hmm.
one. Now that you are
Wait.
maybe a little bit more prepared to
Yes.
to answer.
Hold on a second.
What?
You should ask. If we're going in order, you should ask me one.
I should
and then
ask you.
Shelby one.
Oh, I see. All right, Alex. I want you to name, in 5 seconds, 3 trilogies.
Lord of the Rings.
Excellent. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I was hoping you would just take it and keep going. But
For the listeners, he's doing the hand motion again desperately.
I did do the hand motion. I wasn't even consciously doing it.
No, that was a joke,
no,
but I'm
yeah,
kind
you
of
weren't-
surprised
you
that
didn't
you...
actually do anything. It
you
will.
believed
It's
that.
my. I just couldn't resist saying that was an excellent choice because
It was.
It's great. Lord of the Rings is excellent.
I've got to defend you, I think. I'm not sure that I could have done that
Name
one.
another trilogy. What is another trilogy?
The Hunger Games and...
Hunger
yeah.
Games.
Twilight's not a trilogy.
No, it's
There's
not.
4 of them.
I don't think there aren't a whole lot of trilogies.
Sure there are.
All right,
There's
let it be
tons
known
of
that this was a
trilogies.
hard
Well,
one.
everything that I'm thinking
All
of
right.
is more
I think
than
this.
a trilogy.
I think this was a hard one. You're right.
Yeah, 'cause
but
the
Lord of
Hunger
the,
Games-
So there's Lord of the Rings, the Hunger Games, and
Oh.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
trilogy in 5 books. I would have counted that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already
Everything
asked.
that I'm thinking of is longer than a trilogy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you know what I thought of when I wrote this question was just Star Wars, the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, and the prequel trilogy.
A trilogy of
Oh.
A
trilogies.
trilogy of trilogies. So,
All right.
okay.
All right, now ask Shelby one.
Shelby, I would like you to name in 5 seconds 3 things you would rather have instead of $1 million.
Infinite food, being immortal,
Time's up.
and shoot. Dang it.
Good
So
effort.
that was an interesting one, because really you can say anything. No one can say, "Oh, you don't really want that more than $1 million."
But that makes
Right.
me think, what do I want to
But
have?
I
Right,
made her
but-
think for it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it requires a lot of thinking to actually. Should have said $1 million, $1 million, $2 million, $3.
See, I don't even go that. I'm just like, money's off the table. That's what that means, but it's not.
Right.
Right.
Ugh.
All right, Shelby. I think it's your turn to ask Alex something else.
Okay.
No, I have to ask you one first.
You have to ask me one.
Wait, so
Did I get
so
the last
order
one
is.
right?
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong about that. No. You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Shelby's turn to ask you one. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
If we
Let's think about this.
let's not.
All right. Just ask me one then.
Okay.
Here you go.
Let's get this over with.
All right. Alex, I need you to name in 5 seconds. 3 of the best snack foods.
Pretzels, chips, and fruit snacks.
Nicely
There.
done.
Pretzels? Really?
Yeah, like pretzel nuggets.
Yeah, but
Wait, whoa.
Wait.
Pretzel nuggets.
not even just the twists.
Well, also twist. All kinds of pretzels are
Well,
good
yeah,
snack
but
food.
really, you think pretzels are amongst the best? All right.
No, I mean, maybe not, but they're one of the first 3 that came into my head, and I'm
Okay.
taking credit for that one.
All
So.
right. That's valid. I just wanted to
I mean-
confirm if you truly felt that pretzels were the best.
Pretzels, you know what's really actually in the top 3 of best snacks is warm, like soft pretzel nuggets
What?
that you can dip in.
Oh, you mean
that
like
get-
soft
Yes.
pretzel? Okay, not
Like the big puffy ones.
I gotcha. Yes, those are excellent.
Those,
Yeah.
those are excellent. So,
Right.
but fruit snacks a little bit on the edge there. All right, let me
All
ask something.
Wait, who are you
Who should
asking?
I don't know. Who should I ask?
I feel like I haven't answered one in a while.
Yeah.
All right,
And
here you
Shelby
go,
just
Nathan.
had
This
the
one's to you. This
$1
one
million
may. All right, here you go. Let me reset my timer here. In 5 seconds, name 3 brands of beer.
There's Coors Light, Bud Light, and Spotted.
Time's up.
Nope, that's not a brand. That's a type.
Oh, it'd be
New Glarus is the
Glarus.
brewery.
Right.
I can't believe you missed Corona.
No, I'm a fool.
It's the first thing I thought of when I wrote that.
With that, I kind of forgot a little bit in the middle to keep track of points, so I may already be wrong, but I think each of us has 1 point.
I think I only have 1, so it's at least right for me.
Yeah.
Shelby only has 1 because
Right.
I asked her.
The $1 million thing.
I asked her 2 that she didn't get, and you asked her 1 that she did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I've only asked you. That's the third one I asked you, but you missed 2 of them. So yeah. So yeah, you also have 1.
All right, glad we confirmed that I am able to
Glad
keep track through. like...
we spent time talking about that.
All right, Alex, I think it's my turn to ask you something.
Oh, good.
I want you to, in 5 seconds, tell me 3 numbers that are divisible by 37.
That's 74 and 107.
That's 2 numbers.
Those 2 numbers.
And also
Oh, that's only 2
107
numbers.
is not divisible by 37.
Darn. 111. Yeah.
Yep,
I guess I mentally counted 37, which I could have said,
right,
but I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't say it.
right.
That's a thing.
So-
I was also thinking when I wrote this one, 370, 3,700
Oh, yeah.
No, that's smarter.
would have been the. But that's the thing. You can't think of the most efficient way. I've been looking at this list all week, thinking like, man, I'm so clever.
Right.
Here's how I would answer these.
And we're
Obviously.
I'm glad we started this off by saying how easy we thought they were going to be. All right, I'm gonna ask Shelby one now.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Shelby, in 5 seconds, name 3 dairy products.
Milk, cheese, ice cream.
Nice.
Well done.
Which is all things that we have right now.
Yep.
Here in Wisconsin.
Shelby takes the lead.
Heck yeah.
2 points to 1 point to 1 point.
All right. Should I ask you one now, or what happens?
Sure,
now?
and then
You seem to
Shelby
be-
can ask you one.
Sounds
All right,
good.
here you go. This is definitely one that should go for you.
Okay.
In 5 seconds, I'm trying to figure out if I should. No. All right. In 5 seconds, name 3 types of quark.
Up, down, top.
I'll take your word. That's those are 3 types of quark.
In fact, they are.
All right.
I was second guessing myself a little bit at the beginning, but after I said all 3 and then had a chance to think about it, I am now 100% confident. No need to email us if I'm wrong. Just email us if
Yeah.
I'm right. 'Cause
If
I
he's
am.
right, email us. You can find our email at our website, which I feel like we should at least say once this episode.
Right.
Alex at joelthepodcast.github.io/alexandalex at joelthepodcast.website, and you can find our email link on there.
Yep. All right, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn
Okay.
to ask Alex a question. I'm a bit bummed that she can't ask me questions.
Right.
But because you would have to like tell them to her before she could tell them to me.
Well, if
Shelby-
you took out your earbud, he could do that.
That could work.
Mm-hmm. You could just tell me, and then you come back, and then you ask me the questions. Anyway.
All right. Ask me one, then I'll give you one to ask Nathan.
Yeah, sounds good. Name Alex. You need to name in 5 seconds 3 things you would add bacon to.
A hamburger, a hot dog, and mac and cheese.
Those all sound great.
Right?
Yeah.
There's very few ways you could go wrong with that one, I think.
Well, I don't know. It's not something you would add bacon to, but I just got reminded of woodwind instrument reeds.
Wow.
They make flavored reeds, and there is one that is bacon flavored.
I was like, how is this going to be connected?
See, when you eat your reeds, you really don't want to have bacon because that'll make you think it is food. And
One
the
thing
whole
I thought
benefit
of
of eating the reed is that it's just a piece of wood, and it's not food.
One thing I thought of that I definitely wouldn't want to add bacon to is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. All right, I'm going to take out this earbud,
Yeah.
and then you can tell Shelby something.
Okay.
All right.
I need
All
to
right.
be able
Oh,
to
I
like
guess
put it back in once
Okay.
you're...
All the listeners will
Once
be
you're
able to hear
done.
this, but Shelby,
Uh-huh.
I asked Nathan 3 types, or let's see. Oh, this is a good one for Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
3 pizza toppings.
Oh yeah, that is a good one. Okay.
All right,
Put your earbud
give me
back
his
in.
earbud back.
All right,
All right,
Nathan.
Yes.
I need you to name in 5 seconds 3 pizza toppings.
Sausage, pepperoni, and pineapple.
nice.
Well done.
If you have a problem with pineapple on pizza, send us an email. And
And we'll
I mean,
laugh at
we're
you.
yeah, we'll laugh. Didn't we discuss this before on the podcast?
I think so.
Yeah, we had an Ask Reddit question that was, what's something that gets an unnecessary amount of hate?
Right. And we agreed pineapple on pizza, and I think Ben would disagree with that. Is that right? Or was that something else?
I don't think that was that.
No. Sorry, Ben. Didn't mean to
All right.
assume you don't like pineapple on pizza. But if you don't,
All right.
please email us so that we know.
Yeah. Ask Shelby one now.
All right, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to name for me 3... I thought you were leaning over my shoulder to read my paper.
No, I do not cheat.
All right, I want you to name me 3 hobbies that you are uninterested in.
Math. Shoot. Gosh.
Time is up.
All right. First of all,
What?
I don't know if math is a hobby.
Hobbies that are heavily math related, like
You should have said that.
Oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to say all that.
Well,
I just
good
say
thing
math.
it doesn't matter.
Good thing it doesn't matter. All right. At this point in the game, I have 3 points. Alex
All right,
has 2 points, and Shelby has 2 points.
All right, we must dethrone him.
Collusion.
All right, hit me with one.
All right, Alex. Shelby asked you this one. I'm going to put a twist on a question that's already been asked. I want you to name me 3 Eastern European countries.
Czechoslovakia, Greece, and Slovenia. Is Greece Eastern enough?
I think I would count it.
I think so.
I think I would
All
take
right.
more issue with Czechoslovakia, which no longer exists, but I mean, it was Eastern European.
The Czech
so.
Republic is really what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
All of
I
the
guess
geography nerds right now are furiously emailing us.
They're gonna come at you.
If you think the Czechoslovakia is not a real country, email us at alexandalex@joelthepodcast@gmail.com. All right. I'm gonna ask one of you one. Who got the last one between you two?
You had Shelby ask me one, and then I asked Shelby one.
All right, so I'll
So I
ask
think
you
you asked
one,
me
Nathan.
one, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Nathan. In 5 seconds, name 3 soft drinks.
Coke, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew.
Nice.
So, Alex had tied it with 3, but I just pulled ahead to 4.
Boo!
And Shelby remains at 2 because she hasn't been asked a question in a little
Okay.
while.
Yeah.
Let me. You can ask Shelby one if you want. Actually, maybe I should ask Shelby. I'm gonna mark down who I asked each question to, so we can make sure
That's a good idea.
we ask the right amount to each person, so there's no unfairness.
Right.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I will ask Shelby one. I think this is going to be kind of difficult because I made this with you in mind.
Oh.
So when I wrote this one, you're going to understand when I say it. When I wrote this one, I wrote it for you. And this
Right, I
was
know what
to
you're gonna
demonstrate how easy it was. But now I'm going to ask
Right.
Shelby, and Shelby's going to have a hard time with it. So
Yeah, I
Shelby,
know.
please, in 5 seconds, name for me 3 NBA players.
LeBron James. Oh shoot.
Time's up.
Yep.
Who is it? I know more though. I feel like I need to demonstrate this. Victor Oladipo is another one, and then shoot, those are the 2 that come to mind. All right. Okay. Never mind. But I know more than one, and
I'm
do
sure
have
you know
another
more
one
than
in
2.
there.
Like
Right.
if I said some names, you'd be
Oh
like,
yeah. I'd be like, yeah.
how did I
right.
not think of Michael Jordan?
Oh shoot. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I love that your number 2 is Victor Oladipo. That is
Well,
She
it's-
is
Live it-
from...
I am from Indianapolis.
being from
and,
Indianapolis. I totally understand. But-
He is my brother has several Victor Oladipo jerseys. We are big fans.
Oh, and this
So.
one went to Nathan as well. Wow. I've asked Nathan way more than Shelby. All right.
Well, that's good because I need to ask Shelby some as well. So
No, I'm saying I need to ask Shelby more because I've asked you too many so far. I've asked you 7. Well, I asked you 5. Shelby asked you 1 of mine.
Okay.
And I've asked Shelby 2. So,
I mean that almost evens out. You should be asking me twice as many as you're asking
yeah, that's a
Shelby
good
because
point.
I'm also asking Shelby some.
yeah, that's right.
Right. I think this podcast is going to turn out to be 5 seconds of like mild humor interspersed in all of this dumb discussion we're having about the game.
I'm actually curious. Yeah, I actually don't think we have too much game discussion. I'm curious whether the, people blanking is actually going to be interesting to people.
Yeah.
Or if we even blank enough for it to be
Yeah.
funny. I
Maybe
should
we're too
blank
good
more.
at this, which means it's not very funny. If nothing
All right.
else, I'm sure they'll stay in it for the drama of who can score the most points, which at
Yeah,
the
they
moment is me.
that's what our listeners really care about.
Yes.
And by our listeners, I just mean us when we're listening back to it.
All right. I think you should have a question for Shelby, or maybe Shelby should have a question for you.
Well, you just asked Shelby one, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Shelby
guess
should
I
have a question for you.
Alex. Okay. Alex, I need you to name in 5 seconds 3 states that start with the same letter.
California, Colorado, and... No!
Connecticut.
Connecticut. That is a good one. I was also actually...
Hilariously, I also picked C as my letter mentally, but I didn't specify that it had to be C because I
Right.
could only think of Connecticut and Colorado. And then just now you said California, and I realized how big of an idiot I am.
Also, well,
That-
would North or South Carolina count?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you could
That's a-
say it and then argue it,
Right.
but I would disagree.
Yeah.
That's a good category, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of a
Like, I
two-layered thinking.
Right, I thought of, like, states, but that's, like, way too easy.
Right.
But so adding a little qualifier, yeah, that's
Right.
good.
Especially
Good
because there's not enough states that any letter you pick would work.
Right.
So you can't just impulsively begin with
N would be the best one, though. New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, North Dakota, Nevada.
yeah.
That would have been better. All right.
A's are also pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Shelby one now, I guess. Shelby, name 3 actors.
Tom Hanks. Shoot, Tom
Eh.
Hiddleston.
I can't believe you
Tom
didn't
Hanks
get that.
again.
No, so I got Tom Hanks and I was like, ooh, there are a bunch of Toms, and then I like briefly forgot Tom. I could see Tom Cruise in my mind, and
Yeah.
I didn't have his name, and I was like, shoot, now I have all the Toms in my head, but I don't have Tom Cruise, and I can't get off of Tom Cruise.
I respect the
That's what she
only
said.
go for Tom's strength.
I immediately thought of Tom Hanks, and I was like, wait, there's a bunch of Toms. I can
All right.
get it.
No, I respect the only choose Tom strategy. That would have been pretty impressive if
Oh,
Just say
didn't-
Tom, Tom, and Tom and argue it later.
What do you mean Tom, Tom, and Tom? Oh, you know, Tom Hanks, Tom,
Hiddleston,
Hiddleston.
What's his name?
and Tom Cruise. Dang,
Cool. That was ambitious.
thank you.
I'm sorry you did not get that. You are still at 2 points.
That's okay.
He is sorry, but he also wants to win.
Yes.
He's
that
only
is
sorry
correct.
because you're not a threat to him at the moment.
Right.
All right, ask me one.
All right, Alex. I want you to name 3 Disney World parks.
Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and... Oh, that's the studios.
Ah!
I was thinking Universal Studios, but I know that's not it.
It's Hollywood Studios, I think.
Yep,
Isn't
Hollywood
it?
Studios.
Yeah.
Also on the table are Animal
Hollywood
Kingdom,
Studios.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios.
and I feel like there's a 5th one, right?
Let's see. Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios.
Downtown Disney exists. I don't know if you would
Right.
consider that a park.
I don't know if there's Disney Springs.
Epcot is the one you didn't just say, but...
What?
I think I did
I think
say
you guys-
Epcot.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah, we
okay.
said. You said Epcot, Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
and then you were trying to think of Hollywood Studios. But there's
But only
also.
to
Called
think of
that?
Universal Studios.
Huh?
Is it really called that?
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios?
Hollywood Studios.
It's the
Oh.
one with Rock and Roller Coaster
Mhm.
and the Tower of Terror
Mm-hmm.
and presumably all the new Star Wars stuff. I haven't been to Disney in a while, but I would
Right.
assume that's where they put that.
I remember they had a lot of the stores had some like old Hollywood themes, and you could get some vintage Disney type stuff there.
Yeah.
They also had a lot of the animation stuff, I think.
Like the, yeah.
Um,
That would
According
make
to this
sense.
there's only 4 of them, but for some
Which
reason
are-
I
which are
really
the 4
did
we
not think
named,
that
I
it was
assume?
called Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
All right, well, rip for me.
Bad job.
Yeah, bad job by me.
All right.
All right, Nathan, I'll give you an easy one. Actually,
Good.
you're winning. I don't want to give you an easy one. Here's a harder one.
Good.
Nathan, in 5 seconds, name 3 flowers.
Petunias, dandelions, and roses.
Are dandelions flowers? They're weeds.
But they look like flowers.
We need a botanist in here.
Dandelions are weeds.
Let's Google it.
But I guess they do have the flower shape, so maybe you could call them flowers.
Well, weed and flower, I don't think are mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
I think the thing that a dandelion grows is definitely a flower.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's,
I think
let's
saying
turn
a dandelion is a weed is kind of like saying a rose is a bush. Like, yeah, kind of, but they both got flowers.
Let's turn to the bastion of scientific knowledge on the internet, Reddit, which says that dandelions are indeed angiosperms, so for scientific slash taxonomic purposes, yes, dandelions are flowers.
Thank you, Reddit.
Okay.
You've never steered me wrong. That's a lie. All right.
Okay.
Point for the home team.
What does that make me?
I don't know. You're in my home, though, so you're not the home team.
You're the away team. I'm the second home team since I'm in my home.
All right. Shelby,
All right,
I think it is time for me to ask you another question.
Okay.
I only have 2 more for Shelby, so we're probably going to reach a point where it's just you asking me or you asking Shelby, and then either of us asking you.
Right.
Shelby, I want you to name for me 3 kinds of cheese.
Gouda, cheddar, Parmesan.
Well done.
I didn't start the timer. All right.
It was 5 seconds. You did it.
Yeah, that was definitely within 5 seconds, but yeah. I cannot believe
He's
I
just
didn't
jealous
because
because now you also have 3 points. He doesn't want you to pass him.
How many do I have? 3 also?
Yeah, we're
Both of you
tied.
have 3 points. I have 5.
Oof.
That clearly does not count. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
You should ask Alex.
Oh,
one.
I'm asking Alex. All right.
Yes,
So, you didn't cross off this one.
I didn't. I keep forgetting to cross things off. Do you want me to cross it off?
Yes.
So that you don't accidentally ask it
I know
again?
I said it, but I'd like it if you would cross it off.
Let me just make sure I've got all the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yes, in fact I do.
Okay.
You can now read anything on there that's not crossed off.
All right. Alex, in 5 seconds, I need you to name 3 flavors of ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip, chocolate vanilla.
Yep.
Just like that. Alex jumps
Ice
out
cream.
ahead again.
Ice cream is something that I can definitely give you. Give you some flavors of. All right. All right, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
Name 3. Let's go with former presidents.
George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., Barack
Time's
Obama.
up.
I gotta give it to her because she was on the way, she was saying it.
All right. We'll give it to you, Shelby.
All right, just to keep it interesting. You've now
Not
both
to keep it interesting, I have to admit that when I finished my previous one, I stopped the timer, but it only paused it. So when Shelby went, I accidentally just started it from where my time ended and then gave her estimated how many the extra few seconds. So I think
He's obviously trying to sabotage you at this point.
I agreed to give it to her. So
All right. Alex, in 5 seconds, please name for me 5 things you would buy
5?
if they were
5
on...
things? I spin 3. Unless you specifically want 5.
No. The game is 3.
The game is 3.
give me 3 things I would buy if
buy if they were on sale, but you wouldn't if they weren't.
Yogurt. No, there's. You know what? The problem is there's not actually three things where that's the case.
Yeah.
That category is zero things for me.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm too rich. Alright.
It is kind of funny that you came up with yogurt. So there's that shining moment of comedy in our podcast now.
Yogurt is like, it's something that I want to buy, but I know I would never eat it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We bought some yogurt this weekend.
We
so.
did. I eat yogurt all the time.
Right.
What
and
kind of
I
yogurt?
rarely ever eat yogurt, so.
What kind of yogurt?
Vanilla Greek yogurt.
The
And
listeners all wanted to know that. So
I'm sure
Yes.
they did. I also eat
All
it
right.
with grape nuts. It's quite tasty.
Nice. Nathan,
Yes.
give me 3 in 5 seconds. 3 Greek letters.
Alpha, beta, gamma.
Delta. All right. I kept coming back to letters, but that's even easier.
A, B.
Oh, yes, Shelby, this one.
All right.
All right.
Who's turn?
I guess I'll ask one of Shelby now.
Yep.
Okay.
Shelby, these are all easy. So, Shelby, name 3 articles of clothing.
Shirt, hat, shoes.
Good job.
Got
Again, I
alliteration
forgot
in
to
there.
reset the timer, so that was like 2 seconds.
You did good enough that it didn't matter.
Well enough. All right.
Alex, please name for me, in 5 seconds, 3 fast food sandwich places.
McDonald's, Burger King, and Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that actually works out because that was one of mine. Now we're actually even. Oh, actually, we're not even.
Now we're even more uneven.
Right, I actually should just give Shelby one to ask you.
Okay.
Sure.
Actually...
She's removing the earbud.
All right. Nathan is no longer
right.
listening.
I am deaf. Going
How
to drink
about
my
let's
drink
go
now.
with 3... This is a good one. This is my favorite one. 3
Okay.
different types of hats.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
This drink tastes a lot like pears, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
It does. It is.
Why does that make
pear-flavored.
sense?
It's pear cider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. All right, let's
Okay.
hear your challenge for
Yes.
me.
In 5 seconds, I need you to name 3 different types of hats.
Sombreros, cowboy hats, and
Time's up.
Oh, so close.
I kept thinking of like bolo ties for some reason, which aren't hats. But
You might be
you can
thinking of
see
bowler
I had
hats.
maybe.
What? I didn't
I
hear
mean,
that one.
bowler hats.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely not what I was thinking of. I was just in the
Okay.
kind of Southwest costume
I
mindset.
see. Right.
But your way makes it seem like I was trying to think of a hat instead of something
Well,
that
it's
wasn't a hat.
it's just that when you said bolo ties, I immediately thought of bowler hats. And I thought
Right.
maybe that was like in the back of your mind, but you were thinking of ties instead of hats. All right. Sorry.
I'm
like a fool.
surprised that you didn't do like baseball cap
Well,
Dude.
or
Yeah, fedora was one of the first ones that came to
or
my
like a
mind.
knit hat.
that's a good one. Fedora and knit hat didn't come to mind. Baseball hat was like, I would have attempted to say that, but you called time. So
I'm glad your number 1 was sombrero.
if you had to pick a hat that was the most hat,
I mean, it is the most hat
obviously
by,
a sombrero.
by mass and volume.
All right, I think I need to ask you one to even this out a little bit now.
All right.
Alex, please tell me in 5 seconds 3 reasons people should email us.
Oh, to give us their opinions on our podcast, to give us suggestions for topics, and for fun.
Nice. I was concerned when you started saying
You said a lot of words.
entire sentences, but
I mean, I don't know how to concisely say those things. Those are...
you made it work.
Honestly, I think when I started saying to give us their opinions on our podcast, I really didn't know what I was going to say when I started talking. So that's why it ended up being a little longer than maybe it could have been if I had just said opinions of our podcast.
Right.
All right, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
Name 3. Let's go with 3 different metals.
Copper, gold, silver.
Nice. Could have easily hit me with the gold, silver, bronze, is what my first thought was.
Yeah. For a second, after she said those 3, I was like, well, those are the most obvious 3. You've got your gold medals,
Copper
your
is your
silver
number
medals,
1.
and your copper medals. But, in fact, what I was thinking of is bronze. All right, so for those of you not keeping track at home,
Which is everyone.
we are all tied at 6.
Oh, really?
Really?
All right. So do you have 1 left for Shelby?
I have 1 left for Shelby, but somehow 3 left for you.
Well, that's because you had 14 there for me and 6 for Shelby. That's probably why. All right,
Yes.
so let's see. I've given Shelby 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that means 2 more of mine go to Shelby.
Okay.
And then the remaining 3 will go to you.
All right, so let's even this out real quick so that we each have 1 to ask of each other. So
At the end?
at the end,
Okay.
and hopefully we'll all be
Close.
close. Because you have 3 for me, I have 3 for you, and then together we have 3 for Shelby.
Great.
So the math works.
Right.
Tied at 6, we each have 3 more opportunities. And let's go.
Let's do it. All right.
Here we go.
To be honest, never mind. All right. So Nathan, this is a free point for you.
Excellent.
Name 3 NFL teams.
The Broncos, the Colts, and the Raiders.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to have to go back and forth with you because I can't... Well, I suppose I could ask mine to Shelby if you reserve one of yours for Shelby.
So here's what we're gonna do. I think the last round, you should ask Shelby, Shelby should ask me, and I should ask you.
Okay. In that case,
So
I
the
have to
remaining
ask you.
Right.
I have to every time it's my turn to ask, I ask you.
Right.
You ask Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shelby has to
asks
ask me sometimes
for-
too.
Yeah, both of us ask you. Anyway, Alex, this one hopefully also will be fairly easy so that we're being nice and fair. Please
Excellent.
name in 5 seconds 3 bands.
Metallica, Grateful Dead, and Journey.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You
I'm
nailed
kind of
it.
interested that those 3 are the ones that came to my mind, but
How closely does that group of 3 bands correlate with the music that you regularly listen to?
literally 0. Except for hearing "Don't Stop Believing" every once in a while.
Right.
That was a good one.
It is. All right. Let me cross that out for you, Shelby.
Thanks.
And then you...
Let me ask Shelby one now.
Yeah, that makes more
Okay.
sense.
All right, Shelby, name for me. Oh, I already asked Shelby this one. Oh, so we're actually not where I thought we were.
Ooh.
Maybe you can make another
So
one
actually
up real quick.
Okay. I'll think about it as we go, but here
Right.
we go. Shelby, name for me 3 cereals.
Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, and Reese's Puffs.
Nice.
All right.
Whoops. Okay, hold on a second. I messed up my timer.
In the
There we go.
meantime, I can point out that we are all, having successfully answered each of those, we're all tied at 7 now.
So my timer, when it's not running, the reset button is right below. I can just show you. The reset button is right below the number.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
when
That's how my timer works also.
When it's running, there's a +1 minute button under in the same location. So, and you can't like reset while it's running. You have to pause and then hit
Right.
reset. This is
Right.
what I just ran into.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right,
All right,
Shelby.
I got an extra one.
You should ask Alex one of the 2 remaining Alex questions,
Okay.
and then I'll ask him the other one, and then Alex can ask each of us appropriately, and then we'll be at the end.
All right. Are you ready, Alex?
Yep.
Okay. In 5 seconds, I need you to name 3 brands of shoes.
Skechers, Adidas, Reebok.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we have it. Alex at 8.
All right, Nathan. Name for me 3 video game consoles.
Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch.
I mean, Xbox isn't a console.
What?
There's like Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Well, what was the original Xbox called?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess it
called
must have been an
Xbox.
Xbox.
It's probably just
All right, yeah, good job.
Yes,
And I assume the same is true for PlayStation.
Yeah.
let's not look it up.
All right.
All right, you must ask
So,
Shelby
okay.
a question.
Yes, I
To
must
keep it
ask
even.
Shelby a question. Shelby, name for me 3 social media platforms.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
Nice.
Is Instagram a social platform? Yeah.
Sure.
Well, it is, but it used to be, is supposed to be usually made for pictures when it was created, but then there's a chat now and there's other stuff.
I
Right. All right,
really know
so what-
nothing
so-
about Instagram, so.
As we enter the last round, let's hear the score.
All right. Shelby has 8 points. Alex has 8 points. And I have 8 points.
All right. So it comes down to the final round. What do we do in the event of a tie?
Huh. 3-way rock, paper, scissors until somebody...
Or two-way if it's a two-way tie.
Or 2-way if it's a 2-way tie.
Okay.
That way it's extra exciting for our listeners, and we will have a winner. We don't have to end in this it's a tie nonsense.
Right. Exactly.
We each have one question to... Sorry, I shouldn't have crossed that off. That one is Shelby's question for Alex. I'm going to
Okay.
circle it, Shelby, so that you're not confused.
Thanks.
In fact, I'll write it again right next
I
to
mean,
it.
if you really want to. I know what it said before, so.
Nonsense,
And then-
Shelby. He must rewrite it.
I need to cross out the circled one now.
That would be confusing if she accidentally read the wrong right one.
Right. I'm going to scribble on it a little bit. That's pretty clear, right?
Sure.
All right.
You got to be careful because I can see through that paper.
Oh.
All right.
All right. We each have one more question. In which order are we going to do this?
What order do you want to go in?
Shelby asks you,
Okay.
then you ask
All
me,
right.
then me asks Shelby.
All right, Alex, in 5 seconds, I need you to name 3 of the worst pizza toppings.
Mushrooms, anchovies, and I'm sorry, Nathan, pineapple.
Ouch.
Ooh. Shots fired.
It's interesting that you named 3 realistic pizza toppings.
No.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you mean like
he could have
people
just said
would order them, not you could.
napkins, a hammer,
gosh.
a regular
a
hammer.
regular hammer.
Oh man. It's only
I
a
really
matter of
wish
time
Shelby
before-
got all of these self-referential podcast jokes.
I mean,
but
all 2 of them so far.
In order for her to
All
do
right.
that, she would have to listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Your phone just turned. You just turned sideways.
Yeah, my battery is dying.
Don't get the phone in the grapes.
So now the battery saver
The
is
grapes
on.
are really causing you some consternation there.
All right, we're gonna have to sit close to each other because the
What a tragedy.
camera is narrow now and tall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not this close. My neck hurts. Not because I don't like you.
Sure.
All right.
All right, Alex.
All right, Nathan.
You've got a question
Are
for
you-
me. For all the marbles.
For all the marbles. Name for me 3 games that you can play with a regular deck of playing cards.
Solitaire, euchre, and Go Fish.
Nice. Saved it right at the end there.
All right, that means Alex, you finished with 9 points. I finished with 9 points. Now it's all down to this. Shelby, in 5 seconds, would you please name for me 3 of the worst parts of being on our podcast?
The corny jokes, the intro that doesn't make sense, and the frequent
Time's
pauses.
up.
I'm so glad you didn't get that point, because those were very hurtful.
Wait, what was the last one?
I was
didn't even
saying
hear
the
it.
frequent pauses as timer was up.
Ironic.
I think that should.
I'm
Alright.
sorry,
I was
Shelby.
giving my answer as this was happened before, and I got the point. I was giving my answer. As
Shelby,
the timer went.
Shelby, I think we got to give you credit for this one.
All right.
I think it would be unfair for her to lose the last point on something that close. So
Well,
let's just hope she's really bad at rock paper scissors. Shelby, are you bad at rock paper scissors?
I mean, rock paper scissors is in many ways a game of chance, so I don't know that anyone.
That sounds
can
like a
be
yes
good.
to me. All
yeah.
right.
Clearly, she thinks it's just chance whether you win or not. So, all right. So just to make sure we're all on the same page here, it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
Right? And Shelby, we're gonna
Okay.
have to get real close so that Alex can see both of
Oh,
our hands
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
to make
So-
sure that we're not cheating.
Uh huh.
So there are 3 possible scenarios. It's a 3-way tie, in which case we obviously just do it again. One person wins, like they beat the 2 other people, in which case they obviously just win.
Yep.
But what do you do if 2 people beat the 1 person?
That person is eliminated, and the other 2 go on.
All right, and this is just best of 1, not best 2 out of 3 or anything, right?
Right. Whoever wins, and there's no arguing. They're just the winner. Ready?
Yeah.
Who's gonna say it?
I'll say it.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All
That
right, so
is
Nathan, you're eliminated.
A real shame.
By the way, it's a real mind fudge because you guys go like a second after I do. So
Oh,
I feel
gosh.
like, at least to me, like I feel like you're just yeah. All right, here we go, Shelby. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It's a tie.
Oh, here we go again. By the way, Nathan, I think you need to narrate for the audience.
All right. They're getting ready to go again.
All right, here we go.
Here we
Rock,
go.
paper, scissors, shoot.
And we've got
Hey!
paper for Alex taking down rock from Shelby. That is a classic finish to an excellent game show, folks. And I think that's going to just about do it here. We are at the end of our time. Good night.
Oh, well, that's not how the podcast ends.
No, we have to actually end the podcast now.
All right. So as we end with all of our podcasts, we need to come up with a quote that we can use. Shelby, what's your favorite quote?
I'm not prepared.
Or just a quote that you like, any quote.
I'm also not prepared for that.
Can you
Also-
give me 3 quotes in 5 seconds?
This too is temporary.
Here in the middle of this Olive Garden.
And that's our
Thank
podcast, everyone. Thanks for listening. I'm Alex.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex, apparently.
And this has been our podcast, Joel.
Joel. Yes.